In the realm of the gods, there was once a man named Sisyphus, king of Corinth, brilliant, cunning, and defiant of divine authority. He cheated death not once, but twice. The first time, he trapped Thanatos, the god of death, in chains, so no one could die. Chaos broke loose across the world. The second time, he tricked Persephone into letting him return to the living, claiming unfinished business. After a while, the gods decided they had seen enough. For his arrogance, Sisyphus was sentenced to a punishment more cruel than death, not torture, not fire, but futility. He was condemned to roll a massive boulder up a steep hill. Each time he neared the top, it would slip from his grasp and tumble back down. And so, he would begin again and again, for eternity. He wasn't starving, he wasn't dying, but he wasn't living either. He was surviving, without purpose. How many of us are doing the same? Pushing, grinding, surviving, but never really living? Like Sisyphus, we wake each day and roll our own boulders, bills, deadlines, routines, etc., only to start again tomorrow. We move, but we don't progress. We function, but we don't flourish. Look at animals, for example. They survive, day after day, without asking for more. They don't write manifestos or build cathedrals. They don't dream of legacy or chase illusions of fame. A lion may expand its territory. A wolf may lead a pack. A bird may build its nest with obsessive care. But they only do all of that for survival. Humans, on the other hand, have to dream beyond survival. We imagine futures that don't yet exist. And while this is a blessing, it can sometimes be a burden. As Dostoevsky once wrote, "The animal is happy so long as its physical needs are satisfied. Man, however, is tormented by dreams." So, what has happened is that in the middle of our routine, we have forgotten how to live. Yet survival is not the enemy of life. Losing ourselves in the pursuit of more is the real enemy. You see, if we're honest, humans can't go back to the simplicity of animals. We've tasted what it means to live for something. For example, a lion defends its pride to survive, but a human will defend a stranger for an idea. Time and time again, artists starve for truth. Soldiers die for nations. Mothers sacrifice for legacy. Because of purpose, we can voluntarily choose a struggle, go to war, be greatly deprived, especially if we believe it leads somewhere higher than comfort. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist imprisoned in a Nazi concentration camp, once observed this firsthand. In his experience, those who had no reason to endure gave up. But those who clung to even a small why, a loved one, a dream, a duty, found strength in the middle of that unthinkable suffering. This is probably why Victor said, "Life is never made unbearable by circumstances, but only by lack of meaning and purpose." In other words, purpose doesn't erase pain. It simply gives it direction. A direction that makes the difference between merely surviving and truly living. What this does is that it gives you a simple test to know if you're merely surviving or truly living. You start by asking, are your days reactive or intentional? Are you chasing meaning or just moving through time? Your job might be tasking and challenging, but do you conquer each demand with a feeling that you're making a difference? Do you wake up with clarity, a quiet why that steadies you? Or is every morning just the start of another loop? You may be busy, you may be productive, but motion isn't meaning. So ask yourself, honestly, if today were your last day of work, did you move towards something higher, or did you just keep the boulder from rolling back down? And if the answer makes you uncomfortable, good, because purpose isn't found, it's chosen, and it's forged through action. Start with service. Pour yourself into something beyond you, into people, into needs, into healing something that's broken in the world. Then choose growth. Push yourself beyond the limits you've settled into. Expand, learn, strengthen your mind, your discipline, your craft, and finally, create. Don't just consume life, contribute to it, build something. It could be a story, a skill, a legacy, or a better version of yourself. This is so important because the intersection of service, growth, and creation is where purpose starts to form. And once you find it, even the weight of the load you carry starts to feel like progress. To wrap this up, I remind you of what Fyodor Dostoevsky said. The mystery of human existence lies not in just staying alive, but in finding something to live for.
Do like this video and subscribe to this channel. See you in the next video. Cheers!